Howdo! So, how long does it take to make a guitar in a small workshop? I've made a few guitars in the past, generally very custom ones, lots of carving in, estimated about 60 hours-ish, something ridiculous like that. But something a little bit more stock like this, I've no idea. So I thought with this build I would time it. Now, a little bit of audience participation. What I want you to do is write in the comments right now how long you think it took me to make this. So this is fairly telly style. This is my first production guitar. It has a nice stained back on it, glued in neck that's shaped beautifully, and then we've got this top on the front as well. How long do you think it took me to make this? Write it down in the comments now. Don't cheat and wait to the end, that's cheating. Write it down now and we'll have a see how long it takes. Interesting. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Well, we're coming up for 3.5 hours, and that's the bulk of a body and neck roughly cut out. So that's not bad, is it really? Good morning. Time to unclamp. Now, if you said we would be under 8 hours, I'm afraid you're out. So we're pretty bang on 8 hours of work up to this point. Like I said, that's not including gluing times. Obviously, as I've been away for a day or so, doing other things, the clock on the iPad has reset itself back to 0. So thankfully I made a note that we're 8 hours in. So don't be panicked if you see it going back to 0 again today. And with the neck glued in, that's got us to just shy of 15.5 hours. I need to shape the heel into the neck at the back, and then the back is going to be stained with one of these colours. And to be honest, I haven't chosen which one yet, But when you buy your own version of this, you can choose. And stop the clock. And with that, we have a finished guitar. So, as you can see, there was lots of still handwork in there. Yes, we used a big bandsaw, but nothing too massive that's out of the question for anybody else. Generally, it was all handwork in this little workshop, not a CNC in sight. So, if you're still watching, you really want to know how long it took to make this guitar, don't you? Well, I'll tell you. It was pretty bang on 21 hours. So if you wrote 21 hours in the comments, go like that and give yourself a pat on the back. Well done to you. Yeah, 21 hours, not too bad. Now, we could argue if you were going to make just a plain simple stock body, just a one-piece stock body without a little bit of a top on like this, you could probably knock about 3 hours off that. So I took about 3 hours to work through cutting each of these individual pieces, gluing them on to the ash body on the back. The rest of the sanding and everything, well, you'd still have to do that anyway. But yeah, you could probably knock about 3 hours. So maybe about 18 hours if you were just going to do a standard solid body guitar. As opposed to, like I said earlier, about the 60 hours I put into something that's got loads and loads of relief carving and few more intricate details on the neck perhaps. This is the number one of my production guitar. So every one that I make will look something like this. Every front will be slightly different with different size pieces. The colour on the back is absolutely your choice. If you want to spec something very specific, just tell me. I'm one guy in my workshop. We can have a chat and build whatever it is you want me to build. But as a stock thing, this is what it's going to look like. So, how much do I charge for one of these? Well, do you know what? I think I'm going to go about $9.95 at the time of recording. So, if you fancy getting your hands on one of these before the price inevitably goes up, get in touch very, very quickly. Until then, sharpen your tools and I'll see you soon. God bless. It lives!